Hello, true art believers, and welcome to 200 Days of Drawing. You are watching the number one live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson here, and you are watching. This is day, not you are watching. You are watching. You are watching. Always repeat that over and over again. It's kind of redundant, wouldn't you say? But this is day 102 of 200 days. So we're just continuing over. We're rolling over from 100 days to 200 days. We're just going to double it. I don't care. I'm going to double it. I could not care the least. Anyways, it's Cactus Week. We're going to do simple cactus drawings for the week. I hope you enjoy the process. I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing as I'm going. Unfortunately, I don't have background music. That's going to be something I have to think about in the future, how I'm going to be able to share background music while I am sharing a screen as well, because apparently I can't share multiple screens. So something I got to think about for future live art streams. I hope you enjoy the process. Let's begin. So as you can see, I got the screen open right now. I'm going to play some music on my own that you will not hear. I'm going to probably turn it down a little bit, just very low, just kind of in the background noise, so I can have something kind of going on. You know how it is. You got to have a little bit going on. So let's start the timer here for 30 minutes. Very, very simple work. As a matter of fact, we're going to go deep focus music. We're gonna go deep focus. Boom. The deep focus is like it's like ambiance. It just has no sound, or it's like just like little. It's like water falling, right? So 29 minutes. We're gonna work on the. We're gonna do the line work first. And typically when I do the line work, I use this like It's a it's called a dry media brush. It's in Photoshop. It's called like the Kyle Ultimate Pencil Hard brush, and I usually make it a larger brush because I want it to be not too loose or not too definitive. So something like this, right? You can kind of see that, right? There we go. Press Control Z to backspace to go back, and we're just going to do a very light sketch. Something kind of. I'm gonna probably do another type of maybe another type of cactus. I'm trying not to be too what's it called? Like not trying to overthink it, right? So it's going to be relatively like the same type of stuff that you've seen earlier, right? Maybe I might add. No, we'll just leave like that. Maybe get one like another horn right here just for fun. I don't know what cactuses look like, so they're kind of weird on how they're formed, right? And maybe I'll curve the base a little bit here, so it has like a weird little curve. And then there we go. That's our cactus. I think maybe this time we'll do let's do a simple little like circular pot this time. I wasn't going to do it this time, but I've done two like rectangular square pots. This time we're just going to do a very simple circular pot that's going to be changed later on. I'm not going to really overthink it. Now we're going to press the V button, and I'm going to kind of center it. I might even press. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know there was that feature. So I'm going to press the T for transform. We're going to make it larger. I want a larger cactus. I think that's good. Press enter, and then we're going to press this. And now what I'm doing is I'm kind of centering it. I'm just going to spend a moment kind of centering it in there. All right, we're pretty close. We're going to go up a little bit. I know it seems odd that I'm doing this, but I just want it kind of centered in the composition. Okay. So now we got a really generic line work. This is all going to be changed. I need to start looking at some. Now I need to start looking at more cactuses to kind of get like a fun little some more examples. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use I'm going to use purple. And we're going to do the background. So really simple. It's using a hard edge. So something like this maybe. And then we're going to take the eraser, and the eraser is going to be using the opaque brush, which is going to allow me to cut. I'm going to press right here with my stylus. I'm going to press shift. It's going to make a straight line. Boom, look at that. I'm going to press here with my stylus. I'm going to press shift, straight line. Actually, I'm going to undo it. No, we're just going to do that. Straight line. And then right here, shift, straight line, and then right here, shift, straight line. Boom, we got a cool little shape. Very simple. Now we're going to move over the pot. Been keeping it very simple with this stuff. I'm not really trying to reinvent the wheel with this drawing. I'm just going to take a simple brown. I'm going to try to stick. Oh, wait. Got to press B. Sorry about that. Got to press B. A little simple brown here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the opaque eraser and just make a very simple. Oops, I'm not pressing shift. I was like, what's going on here? Bam. Very, very simple. I'm not going to even, I'm trying to be like, with these drawings, I'm trying to be a little bit more like, what would you call it? Just loose. So if I'm not fitting inside the line so much, I'm not like, I'm not worrying about it too much, okay? So now next thing is we're going to go to the cactus here, simple stuff. I think I'm going to try a different color green. So this time, like a mid green right here, and I'm going to press B for brush. And then we're just going to go boom, 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 really quick. And then we're going to erase the remainder. And then I'm going to touch it up afterwards. So I'm going to do a little touch up. Zoom in. We're zooming in here. Very simple. This is a very simple strategy. Just repeating the same process over and over again. And then I know it's kind of boring. We all think this is like just a boring thing to do. But, you know, in order to get better at something, you know, you just got to do it over and over again. So whenever you saw me for my 100 days of drawing, and I did this, like I did a toy, you know, I drew a toy. And I did another toy and another toy. For a while, I was doing still lifes, right? So it's just repetition over and over again. So what I'm going to be doing is like with this digital media is I'm going to be drawing over the same thing over and over again for a week. And then I'm going to find projects. I'm going to find something that I can essentially make a drawing like complete in 30 minutes. So I'm not going to get too elaborate simply because of time frames, but I am going to have something unique and interesting that's going to come out at the end. So I'm going to learn something and I'm going to ingrain these concepts through time. So I know this is a very simple project, you know, and I know I'm doing cactuses over and over again, but you know, it's something oddly satisfying. There's something oddly satisfying about doing something that you can recreate over and over again. You become an expert at it. So you want to think about it this way: like when you do something like this over and over again, you are building up those reps, and you are becoming an expert at the activity. right? And that's not a bad thing. I think we kind of undervalue that. So like when I first started this, I was forgetting like the keys. Now I'm able to do them over and over again because I've been more accustomed to doing it live. Um, and I'm jumping into a process that I've learned or improved upon or have gotten better through time. And just this is my third time doing this, so I have a little bit of practice before. And I'm not really overthinking it. So as you can see, it forces me to just be very loose. So as you can see right now, very, very cringy. Look at that. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to tighten up those erasure marks. You know, I'm not going to be too beholden to the line work because the line work's not going to show in this drawing. So I'm just going to clean up the forms a little bit, make it a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, get these forms in there and make them a little bit cleaner. Really, that's all I'm really doing here. So I'm getting these, making this cactus a little bit more clean, you know, getting those rough edges out of there. I think I'm gonna be a little bit like wobbly with this. Maybe like maybe the cactus is like, what do you call it? It's like, what would you call the cactus? It's it's not very uniform, irregular. So I'm just smoothing out these edges a little bit. And maybe by doing this, you'll be able to recreate this process on your own. And that's good. And this isn't even my process. This is a process that I kind of learned through some tutorials that I paid for. And you're going to see a lot of that. I'm going to probably be recreating a lot of tutorials that I'm watching in the future. You know, because if you have the ability to recreate the same action over and over again, it's only going to make you a better artist. So being able to do this process over and over again and recreate it with a semblance of success each time over and over again through time will make you a better artist. So here we go. So we got our cactus. Now, if you notice, if I put the lines on there, I changed it up a bit. I made the cactus a little bit different, made it a little bit larger in certain areas. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in the background. We're just going to press Control Alt Shift in, and that will add another layer to the cactus. I'm going to zoom out here. I'm going to try to zoom out. Right. And you press Alt, and then you press your stylus, and you connect the two layers. You can't see the actual layer section. That's one of the things. So when you share the screen, I'm just sharing the file that's being drawn on, so you're not seeing like anything else. So like there's a little bitty like thing on the right side here that's showing all of this. So now I'm connected to this. I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do two colors. Do like a teal. And try to blend the two colors together. I'm going to use a soft edge now. Take this, make a line. I'm just basically blending the tones together using a soft round brush to kind of have a nice little fade here. Color swabbing the tones in between each other using the eyedrop tool to make a more unique transitional tone, not using the gradient tool. So this is a manual way of doing like a gradient, I guess. And I think this is see, so you got a nice little gradient. Very nice, very pretty. I do say so myself. Did I stop the timer? It looks like I did. Well, we have 15 minutes left, or a little bit less than that. So now we have 15 minutes, and we're going to go to the pot, press Control, Alt, Shift, N, and we're going to connect it with Alt. And I'm going to put the lines in there so I can see where I put, what do we call it? The general shape here. Okay, so now what I have is, now what we're going to do is we're going to change brushes. So we're going to go from that to a simple texture brush that I've acquired. So I'm using the texture brush because it's a nice texture brush. It's just nice. And we're just going to add a little bit of texture here. I'm going to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. You know. We're just playing around. There you go. And we're going to take this purple tone and we're going to make it like a mid-tone. We're going to make a little reflective light here. I like doing that. That's kind of fun. And let's just pretend that like maybe the top of this is a different color this time. So like maybe let's just like kind of sprinkle this on here. We're just going to do something like that, and maybe do a little bit right here. So this, we're just playing around now. And now here, we're going to go back here and we're going to make, using the same, we're going to just kind of make this kind of like angular, whatever I call it, right here. Now that the lines, we're going to take the lines off it. Ooh, that's rough. So we're going to use some, so we're going to have to play around with this a little bit more. Much longer than I thought I would have to be playing around with. So let's do something. We're going to do, we're going to take some lines here and we're going to, I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but we're going to try. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can make this feel three-dimensional, but also kind of be a little bit like what do you call it? Abstract with it. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to put some lines on here. And I'm going to make it kind of like a, let's just be, you know, this is something kind of new. We'll see. So I'm struggling with the cylinder, not because I don't know how to draw a cylinder or make a good gradient with the cylinder, but like I'm just thinking about how can I make this feel. Maybe what I need to do is I just got to take the lip off it. Just take that lip off it, and just make it kind of like we're going to take that lip off. So what's hard with this is the using the texture brush to kind of create this illusion of a cylinder, but also make it kind of gestural and abstract. And so that's what I'm kind of struggling with at this moment. So I'm just playing around with that. Maybe if I do a little bit of this where there we go. There we go. Let's do something like that. Let's play around with that. Yuck. All right. This is actually taking way too long. I've uh I've exhausted all other options. So I'm really trying to figure out what I needed to be doing with this. I don't know yet because I'm not familiar on how to make like curvilinear objects with this texture. I'm really good at doing the flat because it just makes sense on what I need to be doing mentally. I know what I need to be doing to make a flat object, but it's not like clear to me what I need to be doing for a cylinder object, like how much light, how much form I should be expressing with it, you know, and how like or just it's just I'm just I just don't know what to do. Like I hate saying that because we it's like we're expected to know these things, and there is no like right or wrong. All right. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Call that a day. And now we gotta go to the cactus. I can't keep doing this. I apologize. That was a rough one. We're just gonna keep it like that because we're just gonna call that as a fail. And then maybe next time when I work with another cylinder, I'll have a little bit more experience. I'll have some time to think about what I'm doing wrong. And again, this is acquainting myself with with the brush tool. And that's all it is. It's just acquainting myself with the brush tool, and that's what I'm doing. As you can see, just so I'm behind now because I spent too much time on that. Now we're gonna do Control Alt N, another layer. Now that we have like this general like appearance of what this is, we're gonna go to the texture brush, and we're gonna introduce texture lines or texture colors. And this I have a little bit more success with. The pot is yuck. Like for like object like cactus, like a cactus, this makes more sense to me on what needs to be done, you know. But as far as like that pot, I don't know. I'm not experienced enough to really manipulate it at this point. So as you can see, I'm actually going really hard in the value range right now. So this is just something I'm kind of playing around with. This is a new thing I've been trying to do, is to see how this works. Just do like these generic little things here. Just do it really quickly. Don't really um, overthink it. I think that's what happened with the pod. I was like, what's the right way of doing this? And then I start overthinking it, make it more complicated than it really is, and all of a sudden you got all these issues, right? And so that's probably what I was doing here, is making it into this making it into like a big deal when it should have been not a big deal. So I'm trying to play around with very just simple colors like highlights, lowlights, or highlights and midtones, and then just see how far I can get away with it. I think this is going to be one of those experimental pieces where I learn a little bit more, or I learn a lot from, or I won't learn. Okay, I will learn a lot, but I'll understand it later on. Right now, it's it's a piece that is not going to be as effective or successful as my other pieces, but I think it's going to be one of those where I learn a lot from. So as you can see, I'm just playing around now. I used a I took a I used the what would you call it? This brush tone, or I used the eyedropper to test swab the brush. How much time I have? I have 9 minutes. I'm going to work on this for 9 more minutes, and that's it. All right. So as you can see, just very simple stuff, just playing around here, having fun with it, not taking it too seriously because I've already established that I probably spent too much time on the what's it called, the pot. I think what I'm going to do is next time is I'm going to just I'm going to next time I'm going to do a rectangular brush. Simply because it's easier to manipulate, and I don't want to be spending my time on a playing around with this the 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 pot so much. I want to spend my time developing the actual cactus. I'm at a loss for words right now. I apologize for this, everyone. I'm just it's like, what are words? What if I put a little bit of yellow in here and see what that looks like? See if that makes it a better image. Eh, it makes it a little bit more interesting. I don't know if I like it. Kind of reminds me of like what about if I use a little bit of red in there? What's that look like? Mm, I don't like that. One thing about me is I'm not afraid to make mistakes, as which is what people tend to like stare like err on the side of caution. I am not afraid to make mistakes. Like as you kind of gathered from me my from my inability to articulate what I'm thinking sometimes. I struggle with that. I struggle with forming like coherent sentences because I don't know why I do. I think it just has to do with like I can't really do multiple things at once, and so with this type of like drawing, I'm trying to what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to do multiple things at once, and that's hard. Okay, so I'm getting about 3 minutes in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make another layer, which I should have done earlier, and we're going to just we're gonna make our little cactus, what you call it, the thorns, and we're just going to take this drawing as a learning experience and see how we can make it better next time. I'm still trying to think about like right now I'm thinking about ways that I can make this drawing or make a cylinder kind of feel like a cylinder but still have this like textured like this textury feel. So I'm trying to think about like how abstract I can make a cylinder and have it feel like a cylinder, but also have like this very gritty, textury feel to it. So and that's going to be the challenge for me. Like what do I need to do to achieve that? And so that's what I kind of learned in this drawing process. Another thing that I learned was or not learned, but kind of pursued or experimented with was doing a better gradient, a better blending. So as you can see that I did a really nice blending effect with the teal and the purple here. So I can be very proud of the fact that I did something like that. But as far as the what you call it, the coffee pot is concerned, it's not as good as it could be. I'll give you that. And as far as the being able to kind of think about my process and explain it, it was a little lacking. I think the reason why is I got a little flustered with the coffee pot. Again, I got a little flustered with the cactus pot. And this is all very new to me. Digital work, even though I've done it for a while now, it's not like second nature to me, you know? Talking about my work or talking about my process is not second nature to me. So all of this is very foreign. And even though I've been doing it for a while now, it's still like very difficult. I can't, for some reason, I still struggle with it a little bit. Look what I'm doing. I'm making I'm putting the thorns out and making it feel like I'm putting those little random floating thorns. I think that's kind of cool. I might pursue that a little bit more. All right. And that's time. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to zoom out here. So if you look at it, it looks pretty nice, right? It looks pretty nice. You know, a few things I could do right now is maybe what I could do is I'll go to this layer, transform it, or we'll press Shift, transform it, and make it larger. Maybe I'll do like we'll tilt it this way. Oh yeah. Something like that. We'll make we'll make the background larger like this. We'll tilt it like that. I think that might be, that looks a little bit cooler. Yeah, I'll do that. Yep, there we go. I think that's it. I'll just leave it like that. I don't want to overthink it with the whatever. And we'll take the background and we're going to do an eraser real quick. Just to kind of trim this area right here. So press E. And then we'll there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out again. And we're going to make another layer. Actually, we'll just use the top layer that I already have here. And I'm just going to sign it. It's going to be, let's see. Let me get this texture brush that I've been using. And then we're going to press B. Right? And we're just going to zoom in. We'll do a little bit of zoom in. I'm going to type in right P 21. and it's going to be 102 out of 200. And there we go. Well, I always want to make the zeros a little bit better. Whatever. And we zoom out, and bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. And you got it. And that's it. Got a little cactus, messed up the, hey, how are you doing? I messed up the sphere, but we're good. And that is it for the day. I got to get going. Pretty soon I'm going to press this timer thing right here and then turn it off. Boom. Move that out of the way. Got all these little gizmos kind of just hanging out, you know. All right. And we're going to, I think that's it. I'll save it. We'll save as, let's see what I want to save it as. Day 102. Bam. Day 102. It's saved as day 102. And that's it. And we're done. It was a fun little cactus. I learned a lot. I learned that I need to think about how I'm going to pursue the texture brush with a more spherical like brown pot. And I'm going to probably do a few more of those. I might have to do for the rest of the cactus week, I might have to actually do the rest of them all in cylinders and practice how to make a cylinder using that texture brush. Because I'm a little bit like struggle. It's like a struggle. Like I'm trying to play around with what's enough texture and what's too much texture and what's too little. So that's what I'm working with when I work on when I'm dealing with that texture brush. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. You are watching the #1 live art streamer in the world. You got to say it. You got to say it. I know it sounds silly, but if you say it, you start acting it. If you act it, you start forming habits that allow you to become it. It's like I heard this phrase, like you become the person that you present yourself. So like you wear like really nice clothes, if you wear like a business suit, you start acting the part, right? Anyways, I got to get going. It's kind of late. It's not late, but yeah, it's not late. I got nothing else to talk about. And that's it for the day. Tomorrow I'm going to do another cactus. Tomorrow will be day 103 out of 200. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Cheers. Pierson out.